It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, verse 33, and it reads, "And when this cometh to pass, lo, and it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them." I want to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to God, Elohim, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Double honors to my apostles, the elders of the great millstone, who teach and do rule well. I say peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, wishing his truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. I say shalom to the Akim and the Akwat out there listening and learning. Lord, willingly, this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but who subscribe to this truth to you. I say shalom. It's your brother Yahweh Sap out of the GMS Cleveland Church, fellow servant, and I'm coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit, through the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. This lesson is in regards to this article I saw on my Newsbreak app, and this was a compilation I saved it to do with with other articles, and like to do like a longer video, but I'm pressed for time, headed to the plantation, and through the Spirit, this is an edifying topic because we in a time where I keep getting a lot of articles out of my Newsbreak app talking about the banking system is basically in trouble. You got I did videos. If I could bring it up my channel just to give you a kind of look at what I'm talking about. Basically, I did recent videos about these different things, like the U.S. dollar is on the verge of a breakdown. IMF working on a global central bank digital currency, collapse of the banking system. 4 U.S. banks, four U.S. banking giants now have basically $205 billion in basically losses. So all these different videos is pointing to basically how the dollar is kind of unstable right now. It's an issue, with the money, and make me think of Genesis chapter 47. Get that real quick. Genesis 47 and verse 15, where it talks about when the money failed in Egypt. We in a modern day Egypt, because when you go into Egypt, which is a Greek word, it basically means bondage. And it was bitter for Israel and Egypt, and America basically means bitter, and we're in bondage to America, you know what I mean? Birth certificates, social security cards, and whatnot. And basically, they about to put you in a complete servitude, because what that devil say, Klaus Schwab, you will own nothing and be happy. This is the book of Genesis chapter 47, verse 15, and it reads, "And when money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph." Now you got the modern day Egyptian, who is this red Hebrew Edomite. The devil, this red individual who is not white, but his blood shows forth through his skin, so he's red in appearance. Especially when he's angry, excited, and he got when he's embarrassed. They got videos. If he stays in the sun too long, you got pictures and videos. This devil is literally red, like the hot sauce bottle. Said, "Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth." So these devils actually read the scriptures. They actually do, a diligent search. That's why they have found so many Bibles and just different scrolls, and these devils found Noah's Ark. You know what I mean? On Mount Ararat, which is in Turkey. I remember when I was locked up in the workhouse, some years back. I had a book that I found in the workhouse that told them about them finding it, and my demon was so much of a demon that bitch threw the book out. the workhouse basically was getting torn down, so people was taking all kind of equipment and books, and I already knew what they was. They was doing throw the books away, so I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna take them with me. And they let me take them out of there. They knew I came in there with one thing. I come out with a big ass garbage bag full of shit, but they didn't care because the city and the county tore the bitch down and built another one. Just money changing hands that quick. But not to digress. Point being, these devils know the scriptures to a degree, so therefore, they know them enough to purposely change things and switch things up and intentionally lie. You know what I mean? So they're gonna take a play out of the scriptures, and they know basically, just like in ancient Egypt with Joseph and the Pharaoh and whatnot, the people, and basically due to the famine, the people basically sold everything they possessed, including themselves, into servitude. And that's why these devils are basically engineering a man-made famine. So we'll get a little bit of the article, because at the end of the day, these devils is about to bring in a system where you basically gonna have to basically bow down to the system, to the point where you're gonna have to take a charagma or a C-hip into your body to show your allegiance to this system. So spiritual, because you had the brothers deal with the article about the WEF wanting to, basically, if you want to participate in society, you're gonna have to get a C-hip. And these devils have the power to do that, showing you just with the CV, and how they shut down the world, So if they want to change the monetary system, where people say that they don't believe that's fathomable or accurate, or they don't believe that's possible, but these devils just made everybody stay in the house. Said you couldn't go to work. So what you think this second one's gonna be like? At the end of the day, scriptures tell you in the book of Proverbs. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 7, and it reads, "The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender." And that's why that devil Klaus Schwab can make that statement as boldly as he did about you will own nothing and be happy, because you're gonna be relying on the devil to give you everything that you need to survive. Scriptures say that we are not ignorant of Satan. I got another one. This is the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24, and it reads, Salakia, Job 9 and 24, and it reads, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked." Now we know that there are wicked individuals on the planet, on the earth. You got wicked individuals of nations, but you have a nation of people that are deemed the wicked. You go into the book of Malachi, chapter 1, I believe it's verse 3. So it says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof." Who are the judges? The ultimate judges is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Yahweh meaning he exists, or he is, and Ba'ashem is in the name. Yahushua meaning he is the Savior, or he is the deliverer, who you people ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ. Those are the true judges. It tells you that all judgment was given to Yahushua. It tells you multiple scriptures about judging. I think it's one of the songs that talk about the judge. The Most High is the judge of. The Most High is the judge. Matter of fact, I gotta get it now. It's bothering me. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50. I'm gonna go straight to the point, verse 6. "And the heavens shall declare his righteousness, for the Most High is judge himself." Salah. Then when you go into why it's not, let's take a picture of it. It won't let me highlight it. Doing good though. Normally I'll be long-winded with the Psalms. Verse 11, and it reads, this is Psalm 7 and 11. "The Most High judgeth the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day." So it's multiple scriptures talk about how the Most High is a judge. So, like I said, Job 9 and 24 reads, "The Most High, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, Who is he? It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And the Most High we know is the judge, is the Most High and the Son, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And you know, the devil, this red Hebrew Edomite, the so-called white man, has changed the appearance of the Most High God and His Son. Changed them from melanated men, you know, looking like so-called black men, to basically looking like Edomites. So you know, Slovakia. So you know, this devil has a plan that the Most High put in his spirit, that he wants to basically try to be omnipotent and basically all-knowing, all-powerful over the whole earth by putting this, you know, technology into, you know, everybody in the world, basically. So I'm gonna bring out a little bit of this article. It reads, Bank of America's freezing accounts in new scandal. You know, and I forgot where I read that or came across this information, but basically they passed a law where, you know, they can basically take your bank account. That's why you've heard certain situations where these banks basically been closing out people's accounts. You know, I forgot who did a video on that. I want to say it was the elder Amawan Gabar. Then you had the female in I think Switzerland, or can't remember where she was at, but basically she had she went into the bank trying to get her money, and they told her basically that the bank doesn't carry cash anymore. So they was like, either you can go to the ATM or you can go and transfer it to another account. So you know, letting you know your money ain't your money. You know what I mean? Like, once you put it into their facility, that's what the point of you signing off. When you get a bank account, you sign all that paperwork. Well, in the fine print, some kind of way, they had a right to take, you know, them contracts. The devil at work. It says Bank of America is freezing accounts in new scandal. It says Bank of America is either freezing bank accounts or closing accounts linked to Coinbase, according to a number of customers in the bank's latest scandal. Coinbase, which I believe is like a crypto, if I'm not mistaken. CEO Brian Armstrong conducted a poll after users said their Bank of America account had been closed for no apparent reason after a 15-year run. Damn. So that's like way out of desperation too, because I mean, I can see a new account, but you know, an account where you've had years, you know, you've done built a relationship with this bank and they still close your account. Coinbase. I might be wrong, but I thought Coinbase was a crypto. Yeah, it's crypto. Coinbase is a secure online platform for buying, selling, transferring, and storing cryptocurrency. You know, and that's spiritual too, because they closing shit they got to do with crypto, and then they, you know, you got the Fed now, you got them trying to come up. Like I said, I just showed the article. You know, basically the IMF trying to come up with a platform and cryptocurrency and all this old shit. When your platform is the Fed now. It says the Bank of America customer stated that they do Coinbase transactions directly from the bank. This is a war on Bitcoin crypto, they said on Twitter. And I can see that, because you got to remember, now the Fed now has this whole instant payment system. You know, what would that be perfect for? For their own cryptocurrency. You know, so all these other little, you know, instant payment systems like Zelle and PayPal and, you know, Cash App, you know, they're going to become obsolete. You know, I've been hearing stories about how Cash App basically has been closing people's accounts. So if I was you, I would suggest, if you do utilize the app, to not keep very much money on it. At the time of this publication, more than 1,400 users voted to have been affected by a similar or same occurrence. Closed my account with them in 2010 after 10 years, worst bank I've ever had, said one user. Following the recent lawsuits by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission against major crypto players, Binance and Coinbase banking institutions have grown cautious about engaging with these firms, says Coinpedia. But this isn't Bank of America's first rodeo in violating its customers. So, you know, at the end of the day, just keep in mind, you know, like I brought out in Genesis 47, these devils understand that if they, you know, that's why that devil made the statement, Rothschild, Meyer Amschel Bauer, well, which became a Rothschild. His name was Bauer. Then they changed their name to Red Shield or Rothschild. Basically, he said, "Give me control over the nation's money, and I care not who makes their laws." So basically, if they got control over you buying and selling, then basically they figure you're gonna be the ultimate or the perfect slave, you know. And then look at the system they got in place in China. You know what I mean? You do anything that they deem they don't like, they can affect your money. You know. So yeah, they creating a prison system. You know. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, and it reads, 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, and it reads, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." You know, the scriptures talk about in the book of Amos, surely the Most High shall reveal of his secrets on his servants, onto his servants, the prophets. So that's why brothers are aware, first starting with our elders and apostles of the great millstone who do rule well, that basically, because we're coming in after their labors, but these are the men that basically have been, um, proclaiming this as far as the C-hip and the charagma for decades now. It says, no, no ama from perception, purpose, or device, mind, thought. So their plan, they have a plan that they came up with, you know, that they're going to try to institute, which is this new world order, which is this C-hip charagma in the whole planet. These saints should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his plans, his devices, his thoughts, his purpose. You know what I mean? And ultimately they're gonna want to come with this Revelations 13 and 16. So I'm gonna start at verse 13, and it reads, I'm gonna start at verse 12. I'm gonna get to the point because I'm about to go to work. This is Revelation 13 and verse 16, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And it doesn't necessarily mean their right hand, forehead could be any part of the body. You know what I mean? But they're gonna receive a charagma, you know, you know which is a imprint. It's an actual physical thing to receive that in a body, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the number. It's lucky, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you ain't gonna be able to buy or sell unless you have this particular device, and it all encompassing. You gonna basically have a device if you believe in this system. you know yeah. If you believe in this system, to be able to have any semblance of freedoms, or the privileges, because you got to remember, like, driving isn't a freedom, it's a privilege. That's why they could take it away from you. You know what I mean? Now they trying to show you that you're not even gonna be able to live in their system unless you pay homage to, their system by taking that charagma. So with that, I'm gonna end the lesson. I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to God, Allah, Yamla Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rachakadosh Pratham. I say double honors to my apostles, the elders of the great millstone, teaching to rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwat up there listening and learning. Lord, willingly this was edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but subscribing to this truth. To you, I say shalom. Till next time I'm able to come with another lesson. I'm going to say shalom, shalom, and mawatha lababah, shalom.